Well, hello everybody. This is Raven Star. How is your day going? Have you had plenty of coffee? Did you have your breakfast? Did you have your lunch? Because to me, it's after lunch. I live down here in Middle East Tennessee, so my day's been going for quite a little bit. And this morning, I didn't really do a whole lot of nothing. I talked to my daughter-in-law, and I got to talking to her about my grandsons and my granddaughters. But I got busy, and the husband come home and he ate lunch. Got him back to work. Now I'm working on these eggs that we had water glassed. And we water glassed these eggs. Let me see if I can show you these eggs. Let me pull this out. I'm on my cell phone, sorry. I'm bouncing you all over the place. These are ones I just pulled out of the bucket. These are ones that's cracked. And so far, those are full. And that one started. So, that's what I got going for right now. But I'm cleaning these in the bowl in the sink. And I noticed something about water glass canning. The ones that are over a year old, it seems to me like the shells are a little thinner over time. I mean, I've ate the water glass canned eggs, and the only thing different you're going to see is that, like, the white is going to be a little bit runny, more than usual, you know. And now these are with farm fresh eggs. These ain't with eggs that you get out of the stores. So, I wouldn't water glass what comes out of a store. Something on the other hand, nah, I don't think I would. I think I don't. No, because they've done been washed and bleached and who knows all what, right? So, no, I wouldn't water glass from a store. But these eggs right here, I've noticed that they're a little bit more brittle than usual. So, but I'm cleaning them all off. And another thing about this is when you clean them all off, you have to put them in the refrigerator, because you've done cleaned off all the good stuff that protects them around the egg. So now I've got to put all these in the refrigerator. So if you're going to water glass and you're going to clean them off out of the bucket, be sure that you put them in the refrigerator afterwards. Now, some of this, dozen and a half of these, I'm going to go ahead and give to my mom. And give some to my sisters, you know. Because I got plenty. But these have been sitting in this bucket, water glassed. These are a year old now. So, and I'm going to tell them, because my suggestion is when you go to open them up, I mean, when you crack them to go to cook them, be sure you crack them in individual bowls. Crack it in the bowl, see that it's good, and then make you a 2-egg omelet or 2-egg scramble, whatever you want. But make sure you crack them individually, because you can't just do the water test to see if they're good or bad, because they're immediately going to sink to the bottom, irregardless whether they're good or bad. Now, a fresh egg, you can tell that it's bad if you run you a big old thing of water and then put your egg in the water, and if it raises to the top, it's bad. But if it stays on the bottom, it's good. Even if it's just cockeyed up just a little bit, you still got a good egg. So long as it's not floating on that water, you know, you're fine. If it's floating, throw that thing away. It's bad. You're going to crack it, and you're going to stink yourself out of the house. And if you got a weak stomach, you're going to hurl. So let's not do that. Remember, if it sinks, it's good. If it floats, it's bad. If it floats the moat, it's horrible. Whoever floats the moat is always dead. Anyway, I'll quit it. I ain't good with the puns. But no, that's just Didn't think this was all going to be about water glass canning, but hey, there's a tip for the day. Just check your eggs that are a year old. That way you can recycle them things. Because now these have been done. We got another bucket we started, and we're water glassing this year's. But we just started that bucket. So, because pretty soon, most of the times, I mean, if you're not putting your chickens under light through the day and night, at nighttime, usually through the winter time, normally chickens will quit laying all winter long. It all depends. You'll probably get a straggler here, there, and yonder. But normally, chickens quit laying through the winter time. So we're putting up eggs for the winter. That's going to do us all winter long. We have not personally, thank goodness, I don't think we've bought an egg from the store. Oh my goodness. In over a year and a half. About a year and a half, 2 years, we haven't. We're eating farm fresh eggs. So, yeah, I love my chickens. I just love my chickens. And we incubated chickens. And we got new little chickens out in the lot now. And, of course, my hanker's like... There was 21 chickens, and one of the babies, the run of the bunch, didn't make it. So he had to take it out of the pen. But that's a normal thing. Occasionally you're going to have one that just absolutely don't make it, but they're cute, they're adorable. But I have Australorps and Cinnamon Queens. I have 2 Cinnamon Queens. I had 2 Australorps, and then the rest of them were Sapphire Gems. So I was looking at these new baby chicks that we hatched out, this new brood, and my husband says, did you notice that our black chickens that was all black in the little thing in here that we had them in before we put them out in a big pen with general population? He said, you notice I got red breasts on them? I'm like, no. So we know that he's at least breeding with one of the Cinnamon Queens. If not both of them, who knows, But I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And then we've got, so that would be an Oster cinnamon. A Cineost? A Oster cinnamon? Ostacin? I don't know. An Australorp and a Cinnamon Queen. Yep, an Ostacin. We'll just say that's an Ostacin. And then we have, I want to say an Ostagem, because we got black and sapphire gem sprinkled in there. Just like our they call them a sapphire gem, but they're like a pretty gray is what they are. And so there you got a black and white, or a black and gray mix out there, 2 black and gray mixes. It's as cute as buttons. Oh my goodness. So I guess those would be Ostagems. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call them, Ostagems. Ostagems and Cinnalorp. Australorps. No. What did I call them? Ostaqueens. Ostacinies. Oh gosh, I get it all mixed up. Who knows? Well, at least y'all going to have a good laugh, if nothing else, hearing me just get tongue-tied over here about my chickens. That's what happens when you spend the majority of your day here alone. You and the chickens. God, that's terrible. Oh, and my puppy dog. My big old pupper dog's over there. But, well, y'all, I just wanted to get out here and say, hey, hadn't talked to you in a while, but y'all have a good day. And hopefully, I'm hoping, this is the turn of the wheel for the pagans, and so it's like fall, like I said, second day of fall here. And even though it's 80 degrees, but you can still smell fall in the air. I don't care what they say. I still smell fall in the air, and boy, you can tell that it's going to, I can tell actually that it's going to be an early winter for down here in Tennessee, on this side of Tennessee anyway. And I'm hoping that we can get our fall garden in, because I'd really like to see if our turnip greens will do any better in the fall than they do in the winter or summertime. So, and I'm thinking about trying to raise me a couple of tomato plants in the house this year instead of out in the greenhouses. That way I can have tomatoes on the vine and inside. So, but, well, anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day, and I hope you're experiment with good things, like experiment with your, like, water glass cannon, or experiment with raising chickens outside, get your own chicken farm going, raise beds, raising a herb garden inside, it's a good thing for inside, because most people with, how can I say this and it come out right? Because I'm really not great with words. I have noticed with my husband has seasonal depression, and it helps if there's a lot of greenery in the house during the dark months. So play upbeat music, and this year I want to try to incorporate the vegetables on the inside of the house, because I think the more I have growing inside, and the more that joyfulness that the plants can bring, it's like a touch of spring and summer all winter long. I think I'm going to try that. It helps. It really helps. I think that's how come during February we started our tomato plants and hot peppers, then our jalapenos and our tomato plants. We started our sprouts in February. I know it seems a little early, but we had some nice plants. Unfortunately, this past summer's crop of vegetable garden outside was for crap. I mean, between extremely rainy, stinking days to begin with, and it cold, and then all of a sudden dry. Our garden didn't amount to a hill of beans. I think I maybe have gotten 5 or 6 tomatoes out of there. And now, mind you, we planted Jet Stars and had some beautiful Jet Star plants. We had, what other tomato was that? Jet Stars, Romas. Those are paste tomatoes. Cherokee Purples. I had Cherokee Purples planted. Salvatore Selects. Or was it, did I do Salvatore Selects? I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Those are sweet peas. That ain't a vegetable. Well, anyway, I got the seeds over in the refrigerator too. But I know we planted like 3 or 4 different types of tomatoes. And we got 60-foot rows, y'all. We got a 30-foot by 60 garden, So it's like, this was a nice size garden, not including the pole beans. And I always do Blue Lake pole beans, because I like Blue Lake pole beans, mostly because I don't like bush beans, because, I'm a heavy-set woman, and it's hard to get up and down picking from them bushes. And once you pick that bush, you have to replant as you're picking, because it don't reproduce. So it's like, you pick all the mature beans off that one bush plant, you got to plant another bush bean. So I'm like, okay, this just sounds simple if you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s, and that's all fine and great, but I'm not. So, not that I'm complaining. Hey, y'all do y'all. That's awesome. But if you can do it, do it. Because it's best if you grow your own, times are getting harder. Um, More and more, it's getting more expensive as to what we're going to be able to buy. I mean, they're trying to already weed out our dollar bill to digital currency, which I think is so stupid. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not going into a whole political BS because we ain't got a good government. But anyway, um, our Senate's all to hell. But it's like you grow your own vegetables, you be self sufficient, and that way it's not going to take as much money to live on. You got your regular bills to pay. You got your car, truck payment, you got your house payment. If you got hospital bills, there's that payment. For us older people and for some younger people, because one of my daughters is a full-blown diabetic. So it's like she's in her mid-30s. So it's like she's got medical bills to pay with her medicines and buying her medicine. So if you get more self-sufficient, you'll be able to have the money to make up for that, and you're not going to go in the hole. You'll be able to budget better, and you'll be able to afford these things if you can start growing your own vegetables. Oh, it's wonderful. It's like I have basil over here under a grow light in my kitchen here, and I'll dry my basil. So I've got fresh spearmint. I got regular mint. I had my sage, but for some reason, all three of my sage bushes, they didn't make it, which is a real bummer to me because I love fresh sage during the fall time. Not only do I burn it to cleanse my house, I cook with it. Because I got the kind that you can do everything with. And I got fresh dill seeds. I got fresh dill. I'm at the last of my dill, so I need to replant more dill. I'm going to get me some grow lights and start my dill. And I'm going to do some rosemary in here. I went outside to get my rosemary because it's all seeded. It went to seed now. So I got me some seeds, and I brought them in. I'm going to start me some more in here to have for the winter time. And like I said, I got a little tomato seed I planted over here underneath this grow light. So I'm going to see if it'll sprout and see if I can, have me a tomato plant all winter long, which would be awesome. Which would so be awesome. But, well, listen, I'm going to let you guys go. I don't mean to sit here and talk your ears off. I just wanted to say, hey, not give you a whole dissertation on what, how it is to water a glass can or being self-sufficient, which is always a good thing, and, getting your supplies up and getting prepared for the winter coming on, and have at least candles for, blackouts. In case the power goes out, you're going to need a candle or two, or get you some oil lamps. You can buy oil lamps at Tractor Supply. You can buy oil lamps. Where did I see them oil lamps at? Where did I go? Oh, my heavenly days. I think I seen them at Walmart. And holy smoke. Oh, Ace Hardware. I seen Ace Hardware had 2 pretty oil lamps. I might go over and get me a couple more. Just to be prepared. I don't want to be sitting here. Now, yes. I turned it around. Did you see my Taco Bell package? Yes, they built a new Taco Bell in town. Anywho. Oh, that's embarrassing. Anyway, right beside the butter dish at that. Yeah, I got Lord God, y'all forgot what I was going to say. Well, I guess I say so much it don't really matter, huh? Oh, well. That thought will come back to me, and I'll jump back on maybe later. But my battery's going dead on the phone anyway. So, oh, well. Oh, I remember going to Ace Hardware and getting oil lamps. And we also have 4 solar panels, which come with 2 bulbs. So if you put your solar panels out, get your adapter going, get you a battery, bada boom, bada bing, you'll at least have light. Now, you're going to have to do something about a power or a heat source in the wintertime. You know, that may be something you might else want to think about is, what are you going to run for an extra heat source if you don't have your electricity going? And there's a whole bunch of things you can do. And there's a survival book on that. And there's several. And there's several YouTube videos on surviving the winter during a blackout. You know, during when the power cuts off. So, I think they call it grid down, but I prefer to go, whoops, well, there goes the power. Let's do something about it. Let's crank up our wood heater. You know, or, well, bring out the extra blankets and get us the oil lamps for evening and nighttime. You know, so, but anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. And if you still got mamas and papas, call them and tell them you love them. Go visit them. Tell your mamas and daddies you love them. Go visit them. If you've got kids, tell them you love them. Hug them up. And if you got older kids, still call them. Tell them you love them. And if they got kids, tell them bring your grandbabies over every once in a while. You want to see them. Or you go visit them if you can. All right, well, y'all, I will let you go. And y'all have a good one. Peace out.